you're getting everything set back up. Again. Oopsie. That one's going. Everything works like it should.
Everything works like it should.
Let's see. Start around. We're different course though.
Let's see. Start around. We're on a different course though.
Hey, you guys can't see what I'm doing.
And you guys can't see what I'm doing. And switch over.
Screen.
And full screen.
Not sure which.
Not sure which.
Let's see.
We can see. Let's see. We can see. Let's see.
Only Florida. I'd finish Florida, but right.
Not a huge fan of Florida, but we can try it.
Alright, so it's on live. Why does this not work?
Alright, so I'm live. Why does this not want to work?
I just want to get for seconds.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Well, here we are at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the Sunshine State, Florida. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what stands out when you look at the wetlands?
The swampland, the gators, really it's a good driving golf course, Rich. Not a lot of fairway bunkers in play here at Wetlands, but if you drive the ball well here, you really can get a good score out here at Wetlands. They play the web.com here every now and again, so we've seen some good scores over the years, but always fun to be playing in Florida. Sun on your back, warm golf conditions. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Good contact, good result. Officials calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, is there substance to go with all that style?
There has to be. If you're prepared to go on a golf course and look like that, you better have something to back it up. And he can.
Now I can see both shots. Fairly wants to do it.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close.
Safely on deck.
That is classy.
They have a chance of going in.
Good shot.
Settles in over the putt.
I was watching. Below.
1 under early in the round.
I'm watching that.
On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the two bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
Pretty good shot right there. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Nice par to remain 1 under. We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the Web.com Tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It's quite amazing. And, of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron into this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot.
Try there.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Ian Poulter will make birdie if he can hold this.
Push a little bit.
Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2 under. What a hole this is, Frank. Par 3, 4, 250 yards. And we're teeing off right in front of the swamp there.
You might see the odd alligator pop its head up. When you look at this, if you want to be clever, you can sort of hit a little cut in here, Rich, and then it'll work with that C-shaped green. That'll keep the tee shot away from the bunker that protects the middle. And you never know, it might just sneak in a birdie.
About 18 feet away with a decent look. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
In for par.
Welcome in. You are walking.
Now to the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway? Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
I'll bring it up in the rough.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Out here. There.
That's a 3rd birdie on the day. On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Hole's 4 1/4 inches. Could have done with one light slightly bigger.
Poulter just trying to keep his round on track. This is for par. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be.
Very good shot.
Second from an excellent lie.
Yeah, push it. Part of those guys out.
That's an absolute beauty.
Poulter now, third shot. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This one measures out to 15 feet. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
This would give him the par. 3 under on the day. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Wow, I thought that was in. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and that's not going to leave you much in for that third shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This one's tracking. Headed for home and in. What a tremendous putt. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Pitching wedge. And put it in for right here.
probably gonna go back to this.
On the green, Frank, but might need a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
He's a long way from the band. You can barely hear the music from that far away.
Push that out a bit.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Locked in on the read and the speed. -3 now for the round. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Yeah,
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back nine. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you can actually think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway.
Second shot.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
36 feet. Go uphill.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Well done. Back-to-back birdies. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the 2 front greenside bunkers.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
I'm gonna hit it right there.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Back-to-back birdies and 6 under par. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short. So you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Too far.
Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt.
Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Just a couple of feet. Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just one shot after that terrific stretch of birdies. The last par 5 on this golf course is the 15th. It's 590 yards. You think, Frank, this is the time to be aggressive?
Certainly is. Longer hitters must be licking their chops on this par 5. 300-plus yard tee shot, you can definitely get home. Shorter hitters, just set it up for a nice wedge shot. But if you are going to go at this par 5 and 2, well protected by those 3 bunkers.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Go right there, I think.
Well, couldn't have done much better than that, and the eagle is looking very likely now. Ian Poulter, we've seen it in the past at the Ryder Cup. He's an energy guy, a momentum guy. Will this be the start of something big? It's an eagle putt for Poulter. So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Starting to put something special together, 6 under par. 16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot, and, well, this one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Frank, that golf ball's sitting up like a red velvet cake in a bakery. It looks pretty, doesn't it?
Time to take a bite of it. Savor it. Hit the next one close. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
He's putting for birdie now. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Here we go at the 17th. It's a par 3, and it takes one good strike. That's what you like about par 3s of this length, Frank. 238 yards. Can't fake it here.
You certainly can't, and that green just shapes a little bit to the player's right. So the best shot to hit in here would be a little draw. And that is also the avenue provided by those 2 bunkers. One short left and the other one back right.
That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
that moves them to 8 under par. 2 straight birdies. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the math, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no. We don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, I have to say, I've been impressed by the level of golf today. Really came out here with a solid game plan and executed.
And consequently, a very solid round. Continuing with that kind of play can certainly put you in the winner's seat.
Let's try a different one. Yeah, I'll probably never play this one in real life, so we'll try it. He's got to wait for it to load. I can see my stats.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports
I hate that
and the PGA Tour. Well, hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are in the great state of North Carolina, set to kick off the round here at Quail Hollow. Frank, it is one of the most well-respected courses on tour.
And for good reason, Rich. Great layout. Also, we said hello to Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. They recorded their first ever PGA Tour wins at this very golf course.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green, Rich, and the ball has a tendency to kick either side of that, so just be aware.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Could this be the start of another Ian Poulter charge? We'll see. This for birdie. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Did the job right there. Frank, this is a really fun hole, a pretty short par 3, downhill.
Yeah, half a club, you can allow for that, so it won't play its full yardage. You can really see that right part of the green. That's the most inviting one, but when they stick the flag on the left, you really have to be precise.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. And getting ready for the putt. In red figures at 1 under par. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for two reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards. After that good tee shot, Rich, it's time to take full advantage of it.
And this is one where he can really go after the whole location and maybe think about making birdie. That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. -1 in the early going. Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
You know what I love about Ian Poulter, and we see this at the Ryder Cup when he breathes fire and all that passion, Frank, is that he's like the skinniest kid on the block looking to fight the biggest, baddest guy out there. I mean, he doesn't mind a good fight.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like to be backed into a corner. Ian Poulter, bring it on.
And he's made the green. This is the strength of his game. Ian Poulter, ready to go. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, in today's modern game where players are hitting it so far, I always feel like one of the more exciting holes is a reachable par 5, and here we are at the 5th, 570 yards.
Yeah, this is reachable providing you hit a good drive. Otherwise, it becomes very awkward on the layup. Sort of often threading the ball out of trees and just trying to find some sort of third shot. So to your point, Big advantage with a good tee shot here.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
That's where I feel good.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
And it's not down the middle.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Getting set now over the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better. Even par currently.
Tough bogey right there, moves to 1 over par. Frank, this is where you know that players like Bubba Watson, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy are playing a different game than guys like me. They step up to this 250-yard par 3 and they might hit a 5-iron. It is a little downhill, but they might be with a middle iron where a lot of us would be with a driver.
Well, you see the advantage of that par on this very hole, not just because of the length they got to hit it, but the green they're heading into. This green slopes off in both directions, right and left, so you have to land that ball in the middle of the green. So, yeah, it's a big advantage if you can go at this hole with like a 5-iron.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that.
It's no snack, though.
So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Clean this up with a tap. So 2 over par for the round. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5-7.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Let's go for that.
Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Back to par for the round. Out of a short par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, just 350 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but why not go for it in one, try to make something happen?
I think both plans work well, Rich. This is one of those holes, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. You're going to lay it up, lay it up. If you're going to go for it, just aim at that tree and hit it down there. Just take your medicine.
Just a short shot into this par 4-8. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Good looking shot right here. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Now this putt from 23 feet. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Still even par for the day. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here we are on the back nine now at Quail Hollow, and a good scoring opportunity to kick off the inward nine.
It is, Rich. It's sort of reminiscent of the 10th hole at Valhalla. Remember the challenge, or should I say the charge, that Rory McIlroy started that in that very hole when he made eagle. It's the same opportunity here. Reachable par 5, just under 600 yards, that you really could get off to a great start.
Second from an excellent lie.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. In red figures at 1 under par. Back here at the par 4 11th at Quail Hollow, set to tee off. What's the right game plan here, Frank?
Oh, there's two really. That left bunker off the tee, it's about 265 yards to get it on the fairway, or 308 yards, 310 yards run out there. I've seen players just try and carry the bunker, sort of set up a short iron, and I've seen players like Rory McIlroy just try and blast a driver with a hook on it. Both strategies have worked.
Early part of this second nine, and a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Just a couple inches.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Just a couple of feet. Not too bad, he gives one back. Here we are now at the 12th, and Frank, this is a beautiful but dangerous hole, par 4.
It is in a number of ways. The hole bends gently to the right, which you'd think would favor a nice little fade, but the fairway just seems to shrink up. I've seen this fairway missed by so many good players. And plus it's yardage, 450 odd. You can't really lay back too far, otherwise you've got too long for your second shot.
And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. And this is looking really good. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Poulter could use this. It's a birdie putt. Really rolling at this point. 3 birdies for the round. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
Almost. Wow.
Give me a break, Rich. Your mum could make that.
Ooh, that's a disappointment, Frank. And he's putting for par now. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong 3-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards is the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard 3-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk.
Wouldn't say that was his best, but not bad either. On the green and with a putt. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Over here.
Just like that, now at 2 under. Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards, Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to make something happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, then a 5-iron, knocked it in for eagle, shot 62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Poulter now, third shot. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Ian for birdie. Really has it going now. Back-to-back birdies. At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards, Frank.
And this hole was made even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par 4. It's strong in every single department.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Strokes good, swings good. Let's see if it goes in.
Just 2 holes remaining here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is the signature par 3, 221 yards, the 17th.
And they have a multitude of tees here. One of the new back tees is actually where the old 16th green was. And if you think don't go left is the way to play, then that won't work either, because right's not that much good. This is it. Stand on the tee, and you better hit a good shot.
Settles in over the putt. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area, just over 290 yards to get past that, and then the narrowest green that still sits up against the lake. This is just a brutal finish.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Just a beautiful approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem here. That's a good day's work right there. Round of 67. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Maybe it for me for right now. Play round of golf. Oh, I do have my character on here. Let's select a course. Let's do this one. Select a mode. Pin setting. I don't know. You can change your pins. Let's see how bad I do on this one. And hopefully you just don't get too much wind noise. It just rained and it's really hot where I live.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage.
Play a nice thing.
Located in Alberta, Canada, the Banff Springs Golf Club is a sight to see. Just spectacular views around every corner and challenging holes that will test every level of player. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports on the call today. Frank, how would you describe this layout here at Banff Springs?
Well, Rich, the holes gently roll along the Bow River underneath those magnificent snow-capped peaks of Sulphur Mountain, Mount Rundle, and the other one in the distance is Tunnel Mountain. The greens range from these huge, massive, expansive sort of surfaces to small and flat, so very diverse.
Right there.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. 1 under early in the round. So, Frank, a par 4 to open, and we back it up with a relatively short par 3.
This green's surrounded by 6 bunkers. Green also shaped slightly towards the player's left, so just keep your eye on that depending on where the flag is.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So a par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 528 yards.
And you get to see everything very early on in the round. Dogleg left first hole, par 3 second, and now a long dogleg right, par 5. With a good tee shot, though, you can definitely reach this hole in 2.
Theoretically, yes.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Go right there. Where the heck I'm hitting into, though. Oh, yeah, that'll do. That carries me.
That ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Wow, I thought he made that. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He needs this for par. Too bad, misses the putt.
This is
and
how
an
I should
opportunity.
play golf, so it doesn't make me feel bad at all.
So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, "Ooh, look at
This is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
Good chance at one. Struck that one pure, about 8 feet away. Beautifully done. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that?
I was going to handle something really quick.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
Alright. I'll save that one. I gotta check and see what thing just did. This guy.
Frank, it's always nice to play good golf, but it's just as special to be somewhere where you realize how fortunate we all are to be able to enjoy God's green earth. I mean, this is just an amazing spot.
Well, I know our game's seasonal, Rich, but it amazes me. This is a whole area completely under snow in the winter. And then, you know, once the sun comes out, the snow starts to thaw out, you're left with this beautiful golf course just in amongst nature. And you can still be competitive with it. So you can be sort of smelling the roses, as we would say, and still testing your own talents.
Alright, so sorry about that. Just had someone block the person too. So someone trying to scam myself and others on there, which isn't cool. So that individual you are now recorded.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. These putts keep the round together. Make it 2 birdies on the day. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards. A lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there, or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
Oh, maybe it was a text. Oh, okay. I knew about that. Okay. Let's try over there.
Just a pure strike. Perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Locked in on the read and the speed. In for par. Well, Frank, this is the longest hole on the golf course, 602 yards, obviously a par 5, though. But guys like Rory have to be thinking about making an easy 4, getting home in 2.
Yeah, you referenced it. Longest hole on the golf course. Yet Rory McIlroy still reached it in 2.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
Oh, it's just past the bunker.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff. That's a
Probably
difficult
got
lie.
left.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Oh, pitching wedge. Yeah, I'm going to aim right at the hole.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Not too bad, about 25 feet away. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Pretty good effort right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Stays at 1 under with that par. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water. Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15-foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect, and the pace has matched it.
Yeah, that's good.
Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now, this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really, you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
This is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away.
All right. I'm gonna go that way.
Ooh, very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
There we go.
Workmanlike hole.
Right,
He walks
so
away with a par. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Is this my left or my right? All right, my left here, I guess. I'm gonna go. Let's see where it's coming from. This up. I go like that.
That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot.
Hello, anyone watching?
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Today.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the 2 little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8 iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
I guess.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just ride a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. You give it, and it taketh away.
Now at -2 for the day. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
All right, Frank, another chance to make something happen here at the 12th.
You could come in here a little low, try and skip it back towards the flag as it starts to narrow up to the back of the green. But you know, anything a little underneath the flag, maybe slightly to the right of it, is going to be a better place to putt from.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
Really. This is that awkward length.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Well, that's how you keep a round going, make putts just like that. Well, now the par 4s begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Just 5 feet left. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4 is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker, you should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
Just a touch.
This is a good-looking shot. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Frankie seems to have found something already. 2 birdies in a row and now another chance.
Yeah, it's all starting to flow here. This is really important. He's starting to play well, so finish it off here for 3 in a row.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Just a good, solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, as we get set for this second shot here at 17, did you like the aggressive play off the tee?
Well, fortunately, you've got a second shot here, but now you've got to fashion some sort of bump and run. But it's a bit dicey trying to hit it all the way out there off the tee.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no 2 ways about that. He's putting well.
How about 5 under par for the day?
Pressure.
Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of 2 things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Did the job right there. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.
So they've got fresh batteries. Hopefully everyone's still here. And now we just have to wait for it to load up.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. You know, there's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sport, such as the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the golf landscape.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Now the approach here at the par 4 first. Good swing, good shot yet again.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. That's about as depressing a moment as there is in golf. When you miss the bogey putt, you know you're staring at double. So, 2 over par for the round. On the tee, ready to go. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward because on an uphill shot, there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
To 1 over par early on in this round. Third hole's a par 4. Again, it's 428 yards, but Frank, we look out to the left and we can see there's nothing quite like the third at Oakmont.
Well, the church pews certainly might look beautiful from our point of view, but they really shrink the hole down, or the landing area, because not only the pews on the left side, but a bunch of bunkers on the right. You see the tee shot plays a little downhill, but it funnels in so closely together that more often than not, we'll see players hit long irons off the tee here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists who often say, put the mistake behind you, live in the moment. Easier said than done.
It is, male, female. It doesn't. It certainly affects everybody that plays this game, and somehow you've got to play. You've heard the old cliche, one shot at a time, but this is why it's so important, because if anything from the past creeps in, it really does affect on what you do after that.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, still a good chance for birdie. getting set for this third shot, pitch shot on the par 5.
Yeah, just have another look at that green, though, because you can use the slope on the green to allow that ball to run towards the flag. Remember, that green can work in your favor.
Settles in over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2. We're at the 5th hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first 3 coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing. Because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away to the player's left.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. From about 8 feet. So 1 over par for the round. Par 3 6th here at Oakmont. Frank, it's changed a bit since you played here in the U.S. Open back in 1994.
Yes, it has, Rich. They used to have a bunker behind the screen, sort of back left. They've removed that now and actually increased the back of this green. I'm not going to say it makes the hole that much easier. It just gives them a few more places to cut a flag when they choose to stick it in the back. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That's a bit offline in the rough. He'll need to be strong with this. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. 1 over for the day. The par 4 7th, 434 yards.
Nice.
Looks good. They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, what does this second shot look like at the par 4 7th?
Well, normally on any other golf course, you'd say you've got enough green there to work with. But remember, in a US Open, with the firmness and the speed of these greens, if this ball is slightly offline, it's just going to funnel into one of those 2 bunkers on the right or that one in the back right. This is why you have to respect the middle of this green.
Those greens about as fast as that Pennsylvania Turnpike to the right of the 7th here. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Frank, how did he do there?
Well, he's inside 30 feet, but 27 feet, it's not exactly what you'd call close.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. Well, he knew it right from the start. Just a poor putt. And he's putting for double bogey now. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a US Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Down, little Sheba. Down! That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. I'll tell you what, Phil the Thrill, Phil Mickelson could not have done it any better. What a bunker shot. Oh, my goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh, yeah, you'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
That's messy. That's a double bogey. Here we are at the 9th, par 4, 477 yards. Frank, this is a rugged hole.
It is. It used to be a par 5. Some say it should still be a par 5. Long, straight hole. Runs alongside the first hole there. Bunkers left and right. And, of course, if you find the rough, the remnants of what it used to be a par 5 is that nice little cross bunker in the middle of the fairway, which forces you to lay up.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Headed for the bunker? Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Third shot coming up now from the bunker. That was a solid strike and a good result. And getting ready for the putt. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Well, let's hope he can regain some ground here on the back 9. Not his best performance so far today.
But what a good back 9 would do. If he can just even this round out with just 9 good holes, so much can happen.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, it looks simple enough, this approach shot to the 10th hole, but it can be tricky. Why?
Just the general terrain or slope of this green. Everything slopes from the front right of this green to the back left. So not only do you get huge breaking putts here, but it's so difficult with a long club to keep that second shot on the green.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
It's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Pretty short hole here at the 11th. It's only 379 yards, par 4. Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away. Good looking shot right here. Just a pure strike, a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. He has a 12-footer here. Ooh, that hurts. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. Just a tap in to finish the hole. And he makes it for a bogey here. Well, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont is no cupcake. It measures in at 667 yards.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Frank, this is the third shot from the fairway bunker.
Yeah, good lie. And once again, just making sure you have enough loft to carry the lip in front of you, and really then focus about the target in front.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Well, not quite enough on that one, Frank.
Coming out of the rough, not surprising. Considerably short.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Pushing our way into this back nine, we arrive at the par 3 13th. It's 183 yards. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. 8-foot putt here. Yeah, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Really. This is that awkward length.
With a good read, might have been able to make it from that distance, but not to be. So after all that, it's a bogey. Rich Lerner alongside Frank at Oakmont Country Club. Frank, it's only 300. And 58 yards. How good is the scoring opportunity here?
This is certainly one of the best chances on the back nine here for birdie. That's for sure, Rich. Just a long iron off the tee there, threaded in between bunkers that adorn both sides of this fairway. To set up to what you would say on Oakmont standards is a relatively gentle green.
Pretty short shot here into the 14th hole. Good, clean contact, and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt.
Well, how about this hole, Frank? 499-yard, par 4 15th. All you want.
Oh, that's for sure. The church pews down the left. It's about 340 yards to get all the way past them, so that's not really an option. Bunkers down the right side, really, they tell you, you've got to somehow hit something in between both of those. And the reason why it's another fairway you want to hit is a long second shot. It's a little uphill to a green. Well, just like all the others, is going to take something special.
To the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Now a 7-footer. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Been a rocky round. On to 16 now at 231-yard par 3. It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Clean this up with a tap. Boy, those will knock the wind out of your sails. Double bogey. Frank, here we are at the 17th. It's only 313 yards. That's par 4, by the way. Nowadays, that could be a par 3. What's the right way to play this hole, or does it simply depend on where you are in the championship?
I think it depends on where you are in the championship. Sometimes people try and hit drivers at drivable par 4s. Believe it or not necessarily to make birdie, but it's the easiest option to make 4. One of the problems here at 17, if you do lay it up and the flag is on the right side, you turn it into a very, very difficult short par 4. And that's the reason why people often try and drive these greens.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Locked in on the read and the speed. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
That is so painful when you come up that short.
Why is it that putts on line come up short?
Continuing to putt with confidence. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a U.S. Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. You couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell.
Now the second shot here at the finishing hole at Oakmont in the U.S. Open Championship. And Frank, what is the key here?
That second shot, last part plays a little bit uphill. Remember, there's a false front on this green, so this ball does not land at least 5 or 6 yards on the front of the screen. It's going to come back, and there's a little swale in the middle. This ball has to be judged correctly. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad.
Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on. It's no snack, though.
Frank, we see it every single round. These kind of putts determine whether it's a good score or an average score.
Yeah, and just like that, a bogey. He does not feel like he deserves it.
Disappointing round overall, Frank. It looks as though the range is going to get a visit today.
Oh, yeah. Grab a bucket of ball, swing as quick as possible.
I think that is going to be the end of it. So.
Let's try top next time. I hope everyone has a good night. I'm gonna go out and watch a movie. I think. So I'm gonna go watch a movie and then go to bed.